function. So there are two type of variables in Java: local variable and global variable. Local variables are limited to its scope to the function. That means, for suppose if you create a one variable inside a function, its scope is limited to the function. We can't use outside the function. That is nothing but a local variable. What about global variable? What about global variable? For suppose I want to use pi. Pi value, we know there is a standard value. There is a standard value. None of the people in the world can't change this value called a pi. Pi equal to 3.17 f. For suppose, okay. I want to use this variable across multiple classes. How do you make it actually? You can simply use a public static. Okay, you can also use one more keyword called final. Final. Okay. Public static final pi equal to 3.17 f. If you declare, what happen? You can't change the value. You really can't change the value. Okay. That's why we call these variables as actually class level variables. Class level variables. Okay. If you make the value as a static, actually the value becomes static. If you try to change, actually it reset to 3.17 f only. Okay. Clear? So let's see here. We have created a very simple function called display. Inside a display function, the salary increment is a variable which we have created inside a display. It is a local variable. To display, we are just adding 1,000. Okay. After that, we are printing it. That's done. Then coming to the main method, we have a main method here. We are just creating a instance of the class called data type 002. Okay, let me explain this step. What is this step basically does? Yeah, what it does. See, we are creating a variable. How do you create a variable? As I told you, we follow this syntax. Okay, this is the syntax we follow. Data type and variable name. So if you create integer student ID, automatically this variable is considered as integer type. Similarly, if you want to create an object with a class name, automatically the object will become a type called the particular class. For suppose you are creating a student class. Okay, class created. I want to create a variable with this class. How do you create? Obj student. Okay, it's a valid syntax. That means obj student is what type it is? It is a type called student type. But the what type of student it is? Actually, it is a class type. It is not a integer or float type. It is a class type. After that, what you need? If it is an integer, Java has already built-in mechanism. It automatically allocates 4 bytes. Okay, 4 bytes of data gets allocated to integer type in Java. Float means 8, long means 16. Okay, character means 1 byte, and so on. From data type to data type, this memory allocation will vary. That's fine, absolutely fine. But here we are creating an object for student, right? Creating an object for student, but we are not sure, right, how much memory is required. Student might have a n number of functions, n number of variables. How do you know this much memory is required? This much memory is required. How do you know? We are not sure because the objects are very dynamic. Sometimes a class contains only one variable. Sometimes the class contains n number of variables and n number of functions. It is highly difficult to predict how much memory is required. That is the reason we use a keyword called new. Okay, new student. This is the syntax we follow. If you use this syntax, automatically the memory gets allocated from heap to this object called obj student. That's all. Okay, so that's the difference between ordinary variable and a class variable or object. Okay, yeah. Coming to how we are going to access these variables. how we are going to access these variables? Let me explain. If you are going to use a scope delimiter called public, okay, we also call as actually scope modifier. Okay, so if you use public, automatically the variable or a class can be accessed across the projects. Similarly, if you use a public keyword before a variable, that can be leveraged across multiple classes. If you don't declare any variable, by default, all the member variables of the class is considered as a private. Okay. By default, all the member variables are considered as a private. Okay, I will explain at a very high level what is this access modifiers. Public and private. We have few more are there. We will discuss it later. Public and private. What is public? What is public? What is public? Yeah.
Anyone can access.
Very good. Okay. The public variable can be accessed anywhere in the package, anywhere in the class. Okay. Private means the member variable is private to its class. That means we can't access outside the class. That means you tell me now what are the variables you can't access outside the class. Here.
There is no private variable.
Oh, is there?
It's there.
Yes.
Okay, then I missed it.
So integer I equal to 10 is there, right?
Yeah.
This is a private variable only. Okay. As I told you, by default, all the member variables of the class is considered as a private. Okay. See, I'm just creating a one more class here. So this is actually what is the name of the class? Data types, right? I use student. Done. Okay, inside this, I'm just using public static. Otherwise, public void. Okay, student details. Okay, system dot out dot println of the name of the student is the name of the student is. Now tell me, shall I use I? Shall I use I? I. See, it throws an error. Look at here, it throws an error. See, because it is not declared. Okay, it is asking, please declare a local variable. Then only we can use it. Otherwise, we can't use it. Okay. So I'm just making it as public. Okay, public. Okay. So what happened if you declare it as a public? Control S. Okay. Public integer I equal to 10. So that means the variable is public to this class that can be used across the classes. Okay. See, just make it as a I. Okay. What is the name of the class? Name of the class is data type 002. Control C. Okay. Control C. Control V. Dot. Okay. See, look at here. We can use pi because the pi is a public static float. Pi can be used here. So you can see directly used here. It's not throwing any error. The reason is what type it is? It is public. That is the reason we are able to access outside the class. Okay. If you try to use I, first of all, it does not come. It does not come. The reason is even though it is public, it is not static. That is the reason we cannot use a public variable. Okay. If you want to access outside the class, you have to make it public static. Then automatically we can use it. But suppose if you make it private, that means you don't declare any access specifier. We can't use that variable outside the class. Outside the class means nothing. This is the limitation for this class. So this is class ending, this is class starting, and we are creating another class. Okay, if you want to use this variable of the another class, we can't access it until unless it is a public type. Okay, just give me 2 minutes. I want to have some water and come back. Okay. Okay, we'll take it again as a separate topic. But these are access specifiers. Access specifiers are access modifiers. If you use a public, this can be accessed outside the class. Okay, if you make it private, this can be accessed only within the class. Within the class. One more rule: all public variables, or sorry, all variables of the class are private by default. Private by default. That means I'll give you one simple example. Class student, inside student. Okay, string name. Okay, and then integer ID. Okay, and then character gender, right? And then public void display student details. Right, done. Okay, class created. See, these variables, string name, ID, and gender, these are called as a member variable. Please remember this. These are called as a member variables. Okay. Whatever the functions we are defining inside a class is called as a member functions. Member functions. Member variables and member functions. Member variables are by default private. Please remember this one, private. Okay. So if you simply use a string name, automatically it is considered as a private. That means you can't access outside the class. If you want to exclusively make these variables as a public, then we have to add a keyword called public. Please remember this rule. Public string name, public integer ID. Okay. And then public character gender. And one more rule here, all member functions of the class by default public. By default public. Okay. So these concepts I supposed to explain in OOPS concepts, but I just want to give you some brief overview. Okay, you might get a lot of doubts otherwise. Okay. So dot 5. That's fine. Correct. Now coming to our member variables, data types. Actually, these are the data types you can actually initialize the values. See, first we have created a public int I equal to 10, character ch equal to a, and then we have created a display function, and then we are just incremented the value, and then we are just printing it. Coming to the main method, so we use a new keyword to instantiate a class. It's not a variable. Instantiate a class or object. After that, what we are doing, we have created a one more object called obj data type 2, and then we are just assigning the values. See here the pi equal to 3.17f. Okay, here the pi equal to 3.0220f, and character also I just want to change. Since it is a public, we can able to access. Please remember this. Okay, otherwise we can't access it. Ch equal to b, we are able to change it, and we are just try to print the values also here. Again, there is another variable for same class called obj data type 3, and we are just printing ch and pi. See, try to understand the logic here. The pi value is 3.17f. 3.17f. Here we are, as it is, we are printing the pi. After that, we are creating a one more object, 3.20f. That means we are trying to change the value. Try to change the value and printing it. Now tell me, again we have created another variable for the same class. We try to print the pi. So what is the result of this class? Okay, just run this program and just go and check the console. This is the console. What is your observation? Tell me. What is observation? This is the result. Now tell me, what is your understanding from the result? Okay, I will explain. See, whenever you use a static keyword, this variables acts as a class level variables. Class variable, also called as a class variable. That means once you create a new object for the class and try to change the value, it will maintain the changed value then onwards. See, if you look at the initial value of pi is 3.17 only, but after creating the second object, the value has been changed to 3.2. Okay, 3.2. Again, if you try to use the same value pi, it is not changed, or it is not reverting back to 3.17. It is still holding the value of 3.2 only. That is the difference between ordinary variable and a static variable. Static variables act as a class level variables. Whenever you create a new instance of the class, the updated value only gets reflected. The first value 3.17, it has taken as it is. Again, we have created a new instance here, and again we try to change the value to 3.2 and print the value. Absolutely fine, 3.2. But what happened third time? Third time, if you create another instance for the same class, try to print the pi value, it is not reverting back to 3.7. It is still using 3.2. The reason is it is a static variable. Whenever you create a variable type static with a keyword called public, those are acts as a class level variables. Okay, class level variables. One more observation here, you just create a public character ch equal to a. Even though you try to change the value to b, it does not print b. It's still taking a, because this is not static and a class level variable. Okay, even if you try to change, it does not reflect. It takes value a only. See, look at here, a and a. That's the difference between instance variables and a class level variables. Class level variables, whenever you create a new instance, the updated value will be taken. An instance variable, even though if you try to change, it does not reflect whenever you create a new object for the class. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yeah.
I'm sharing this code. Please try to understand the logic. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
So, and let me know if you have any questions tomorrow. So this is all about data types in Java. We can create a different type of data types, variables, Okay, there are two type of variables: constant variable and ordinary variable. Constant variable can be used using a static. Okay, we also use another keyword called final. I will explain tomorrow how to use final keyword. Okay, so we have different type of data types Java supports: integer, float, long, character, string. Okay, and yeah, unsigned integers and so on. But very infrequently we use all these data types. Very frequently use string, character, and integer. Only these types we use. Okay, so try to explore this code and let me know if you have any questions tomorrow. So any questions in today's class?
No.
Okay, thank you. We'll wind up the session for today. We'll catch up tomorrow at the same time. Thank you.
Thank you.